All right. The following video that you're going to watch is me giving you 23 points for newcomers who are coming down to UAE searching for a job. Most of you cannot afford my services, or some of you want the information for free, and many of you get misguided by wrong information that is available online. So, what I've done is compiled 23 points. That is why the video is slightly long. So, watch it when you're free and take down notes wherever it can help you. And if you do have any questions, post them down below. I hope to answer them. And like I said, if you know anybody who needs this video to help them, just forward it to them. I'm not saying it only for views. It is actually to add value to you guys. Okay. Having said that, I hope this video adds value. And remember, the target audience is people who are coming to the Middle East for the first time or who have not achieved success and are wondering what exactly has gone wrong. I hope this video helps you. Having said that, let's start. All right, in this video, I'll share with you 23 points that I've jotted down for those of you who are coming down to Dubai, UAE to look for a job. You can expand this to even the Middle East, but specifically it is Dubai, UAE. And why do I say this? Because a lot of you who are coming down from India, from Pakistan, let's say whichever country, Sri Lanka, wherever, you're coming down to UAE because of what you see online. You see the bling, you see the good opportunities, you read reviews, you come to know the salaries are much more higher than your country. So obviously you're coming for a good life. But then what happens is when you travel to a new place for the first time, there are certain quirks, there are certain patterns, there are certain behaviors, beliefs, which you take with you when you come there. And they might not necessarily work. Now, the points that I've assembled here is not just with the clients that I've worked with, but it is for also those people who cannot afford my service, or in some cases, people are just plain stingy. That is, it's fine. You don't want to spend money on something, you don't have to. But then what I realize is many people get carried away by the fake narratives or the false information or the sugar-coated nonsense that people put online. And then obviously you have bad actors who give you wrong advice and they take money from you. And after you've burnt your fingers, then and when it's too late, you obviously come back to me or you search online and you discover my channel. So I've compiled 23 points, and in no particular order, I'm going to give you these points. See which points make sense to you, and I sincerely hope, whether you take my service, don't take my service, I hope these points give you something of value. And if you know anybody who is searching for jobs, send it across to them. So in no particular order, point number one, which is the fundamental basic, is please do not spam people with unsolicited emails. On an average, even though I'm not an employer, even though I don't have a company as such, so to speak, where I need a large number of people, and I'm not based in Dubai, even with this, I get on an average in a week, okay, if I take the minimum, it would be 10 resumes. And sometimes, I don't know, people, they just leak out emails and it gets into groups. I end up with sometimes the highest, I think, was 100 in a week. Okay. And none of these candidates I know, none of these people I know, none of them I asked them for the email. So when you get an email that you never asked for and it's nothing related to what you want or need, you're going to mark that person as a spam email. And I'll tell you, today, the technology, whether it's Gmail, Yahoo, Hotmail, Proton Mail, whichever email you use, And if you're constantly marked as a spam email, automatically by default, then when you send a genuine inquiry, your email will be thrown into the spam folder. Okay, that is the first danger. The second one is people generally don't appreciate, uh, uh, you know, if you are marked as a spammer. For example, let's say I asked for someone's email and I get that email. Suppose I asked you and you send me an email. Here's the thing which you are not aware of. You will be by default marked by the server that this person has been marked as a spammer. It is dangerous to open his email. This in Gmail, sometimes you even have a red bar that is put, warning, do not solicit unless you know this person. So it gives a very bad impression. And here's another thing. There are a lot of agencies or a lot of individuals who claim that if you pay them, say, $100 or whatever, they will email your profile to the decision makers. They're just taking you for a ride. Yes, they are emailing people. It's not that they are not. They will email, let's say they have a database of 1,000 emails, 10,000 or 100,000 emails. They will send it. Don't think that you can beat the system. I have received such emails where these people are sending volume based emails, and it gives a bad impression. Yeah. So remember, if you want to make your email count, speak to the person. It might take you maybe 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Speak to the person. Okay, speak to the person or find out who is the person that you are supposed to send it to, and have one email dedicated to only sending people who ask you. Because when they open your email and they acknowledge or they reply to it, then your email becomes legit. Okay, and also follow the same principle whether it's on LinkedIn or even if you take some mail like MailChimp or whatever, some features. But remember, all these service providers, they give an option to the receiver that if they feel that you are a spammer, they have to report you. Don't don't destroy your chances. And remember, spam email does not work in today's day and age. Point number one. Point number two, um, please do not trust recruitment agencies, especially if your designation or your position or what you're offering is a dime a dozen. For example, let's say you have experience in sales. There are thousands of salespeople. Oh, I am a civil engineer, fresher. There are hundreds of thousands of engineers. Or you are an IT guy. There are millions. So when you have people, too many people with the same skill or the same experience or the same expertise, why would a company go to a recruitment agency? Understand how recruitment agencies work. A company will approach a recruitment agency, and if they cannot get a candidate, they will pay them for their service. Then they will advertise. Once they get the bunch of CVs, the recruitment company will take these CVs and go to the employer. And the employer, obviously, contact details are censored. He will choose who he wants. And once it's finalized, the recruitment company either gets a commission or get 1 month's salary extra. So you'll get a salary if you're employed, plus the recruitment company. Now, why should a recruitment company pay service charges and a salary and commission when they can just advertise online for free and get 5,000, 10,000 CVs? If they advertise every day and they pay a little bit of more money, it'll be featured in most of these newspapers. It's a fraction of the cost here. So why should use your common sense? If I can get 5,000 CVs easily for free, why should I pay someone $500 or $100 to get 100 CVs? You'll say, oh, it's easy to sort out. Well, every company has enough and more staff that is not busy, that they can just look through CVs, and the company is not going to collapse if they don't employ you. They are not dying unless it's Like, remember, recruitment agencies is only if you are a CEO or let's say a nuclear scientist or some profession that they cannot find easily. That is the only time they will use a recruitment company. The only other recruitment company services people use is if they are buying, if they are looking for bulk staff. I'm looking for 50 people to fill up this vacancy, 100 people to join this construction company, or 200 people for this event. Okay, there, yes, you need a volume based approach within a deadline. Then you'll approach recruitment companies. But please, if you go to a recruitment agency, uh, if you go to their website, most of the listings, job listings, are fake. Companies that take money to feature you are playing with you. It's not allowed in the Middle East. It's not allowed, at least in the UAE, as far as I know, that you take money from people who are looking out for jobs. And keep this in mind that Facebook or any individual that sends you a promotional email and a fancy website, it's very easy to fake all this. So if your job, the principle is if your job is generic and there are thousands of people whom you can get with the same skill or same experience or the same background, don't go to a recruitment agency. And if a recruitment agency asks you money to process your visa or documentation, they are taking you for a ride. Number three is this is another thing that our desperate guys for desperate jobs, looking out for jobs, are doing. They will email each and every possible vacancy. If it is, let's say he's an engineer, he'll apply for, if there is sales, he'll apply for that as an engineer. Even if there is a CEO vacancy, he'll apply for that. If there is a vacancy in, let's say, United States, he'll apply for that. If there's a vacancy for a exercise fitness coach, he's an engineer, he'll apply for that. The logic being is, I'll apply everywhere. Somebody will see my CV and maybe give me an opportunity or refer me to the right. It doesn't work that way. It's still spamming. And I have spoken to recruitment agencies where they say, they have advertised for a CEO or a director position. Guys who are applying, some of them are like security guards. I'm looking for a security guard job. I'm looking for a clerk. I'm looking for a dishwasher. Come on, man. The next one is number 4. This is what many job seekers do. I have done it. Everyone has done it who has landed in UAE. They go door to door. Obviously, if there is a building, let's say there are 20 floors, they go to the 20th floor and they'll try, 4 doors or 5 doors are here. They go knocking on each one. Then they go down each one. Then they go down. I've done this in my 20s. That is nearly, now I'm 47, 27, say 30 years ago. Okay. So those days, it was easy because there were no security cameras. And even if security was there, they would just ask you which floor you're going. And, they would say, fine, you're going to meet this company, this guy. Nowadays, security guys, what they do is, if you go to a security building and you tell the security, let's say, British Petroleum is on the 16th floor. And you tell him, I'm going to the 16th floor, and you know that there is an Alex. And you tell him, I'm going to meet an Alex. They will actually call British Petroleum. They will call Alex. They'll say, sir, did you book an appointment with this guy? And if he says yes, then they will point you to a lift. In some cases, the lift doesn't have any buttons. The security guard will press the number 16, and this lift automatically goes to floor number 16, and that's where you go. And you cannot use a staircase or anything else without being detected by the camera. So it is becoming harder. And let's say there is a building where you can go up to the 20th floor and you can start going, right from up, down, 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 down. Then you're not the first guy. That means every Tom, Dick and Harry has done this. Every, let's say in a given day, maybe 20 guys will go to each door. And when it happens every day, remember, a receptionist who's sitting there, she'll have vendors coming in. She'll have clients coming in. She'll have strangers coming in. She'll have maybe suppliers coming in. She'll have, somebody or another always coming in. They just get so fed up because they're constantly disturbed. And then you come in, and it's obvious that you're searching for a job. Madam, is there any vacancy in this company? She'll want to get rid of you. And if she wants to get rid of you, all she'll say is, yeah, just give me a CV. Yeah, thanks. Okay, thank you. We'll get back to you. And you will you will feel good. Oh, at least she took my CV. Well, what she does is she takes your CV, puts it where all the users' papers are. They remove the staple, and then they either cut this paper into four parts, or they turn it the other way, and then they use the other side as recycling, kind of a procedure. Or in many cases, sometimes they even throw it in the dustbin. So all you're doing is wasting your time, wasting her time, and assuming that you're closer to your goal. Don't do that. Okay. So here I gave you 2 points. The next one is, please do not come to UAE or the Middle East without a game plan. What do I mean by that? There are some people who send me an email when it's way too late, and they tell me, so I've been here for 3 months. I've been looking around for a job. I'm not getting any job. What will I do? I don't know where to go. I don't. So I asked him, what is your game plan? So the game plan was to come to UAE and search for a job. Okay, I understand that, but specifically what? No, so just come here and go door to door or check all the vacancies. That is not a game plan. That is just winging it. You at least need to know the names of 20 companies or 30 companies where your skill, where your line of work, where your expertise or experience is required. And once you come down, those 20, 30 companies, you should have done the homework, at least knowing whom to meet, who's the receptionist or which is the department. At least do that much. You just come, you just land onto a country, you just land there. Okay, then you open the classifieds. Okay, where should I go? Whom should I meet? Which are the companies? It doesn't work that way. Do your homework beforehand, yeah. You need to come with a game plan. And you also need to know, okay, where am I going to stay? Will I stay in Ajman? Will I stay in Sharjah? Will I stay in Dubai? Will I stay in Abu Dhabi? Where are the majority number of companies? How would I travel? All this you have to plan out, yeah. It's like going for a holiday and not knowing where you're going to do, what you're going to do, which hotel you're going to stay. You just land up in the country and say, I'm coming here for a holiday. What do I do now? Doesn't work that way, man. Number 6 is, this is very common, and I'll use the Indian mentality here, although you can put mentality of your country. Do not come here with the Indian mentality. Indian mentality or Indian mannerisms. Okay. See what works in your country. Okay. Nodding of the head, putting the Hindu tika or namaste sir or please sir, please sir, please sir, and maybe works back home. It doesn't work here. Like in India, maybe you can not put a deodorant. Maybe you can come to the office sweaty. Maybe you can have this musky smell. Maybe you can have 1 kilo oil on your head and have a mustache and beard that looks unkempt. But you just had as if you had a bath. It may not work, it does not work. Different countries have different mannerism. Like in Saudi, very conservative. You have to be covered if you're a lady. In Dubai, UAE, it's very much bling, show off, appear larger than life. Maybe Oman is kind of laid back. So you at least should know something of the country or the culture or the tradition of that place where you're visiting. Yeah. Don't just think, oh, I'm going to be authentic self. Papa, authentic self works in your house, works with your friends, works where you come from. You come to a new country, you follow the rules. Like how these Bangladeshis who, when this problems were going on in Bangladesh, they decided to protest in Dubai. Well, they got jailed. That time they said 10 years or 30 years, and they all got deported. So what did you achieve? Know the rules of the country that you're going there. At least be aware of them, the do's and don'ts. And you have to change. You can't expect them to change. Yeah. Then number 7 is having this expectation that people will feel sorry for you, people will feel pity for you, or people will want to help you. Even your own friends and relatives may not help you when you're in the time of need. I understand that people, when they send me an email, they're genuinely looking for jobs. But then people only get in touch with me when they want something. They don't get in touch with me when I'm in need, or if I'm in need, if I go to them, they will not give a damn. So why should I help anyone for free when you have not helped me for free, and you'll never help me if things are good for you? So Dubai is survival of the fittest. Everyone has to look after themselves, look behind their back, and take care of themselves. You are a stranger. Don't expect, like I get these ads nowadays from Palestine and this and that. Oh, go ahead. Don't watch this 15-second. I dare you to, click next. I mean, you're being self-entitled. I don't know who made these ads, but it kind of pisses me off that you feel entitled that I should help you. So in the same way, expecting people to help you, you're going to be very disappointed. Okay? Everyone's busy. Everyone has their own shit to worry about. Everyone has their crosses to carry. Okay. Number 8 is, this one is, I just don't know how you can do it. You come to UAE with or you come to the Middle East with a substandard resume. You have made it very colorful. You have made it like very detailed. You have made it very whatever. And you think this is going to work. My dear, it may work in your home country. It may not work here. And here's my big challenge. If it is not working in your own home country, why should it work in a place which is much more modern and futuristic? Canadian resumes are different. American resumes are different. Australian resumes are different. Middle East resumes are different. Indian resumes are different, because they all follow a different pattern, culture, tradition, corporate culture. You can't have, even in the same country, you cannot have someone who is a creative director who is into creativity versus someone who's an accountant. You can't have that copy-paste CV. Yes, it looks nice on the eyes. Oh, it stands out. Yellow, pink, blue, neon green, and it's a content, my dear friend. And if you think you can fool people, you're mistaken, because you are only fooling yourself. Take some time. If you want to do it for free by yourself, google.com, at least do some research, at least approach somebody with experience to guide you. Okay. The second one is having a CV that works in your country and not changing it. And for Indians, I've always said this is a very Indianish CV which will work with an Indian employer. It's not going to work with an international company. All right. Yes, the HR or someone may be an Indian. He'll be like, typical Indian resume. And it's so common. I've spoken in another video. It's so obvious when you are following what works in your country. I hereby declare all this is true, and personal details, passport number, sex, gender, religion, and in some cases, even height and weight and all that. What are you doing? Objective and vision and mission and goal statement. And then putting all the masala that you have done, all the work. Please. Indianish resume or Pakistanish or Sri Lankan, not going to work in UAE. Next one. This one is lately an OpenAI or ChatGPT resume. You think that nobody else is using OpenAI and ChatGPT. You think, the HR will never be able to figure out it's an OpenAI and ChatGPT resume. Forget having a software that can detect it. Today, anybody, any Tom, Dick and Harry can make out that this is done by OpenAI, ChatGPT. Given, the number of CVs you receive, you see a pattern. Don't think you can fool the system. Human emotions, human intuition, human creativity cannot be replicated by a software. Okay, you just can't. So stop it. Number 11 is buying and believing the bullshit that other people give you. When guys come to UAE, I ask them, okay, what is the salary you're looking for? Yeah, I'm looking for $10,000. Okay, all right. How much did you get in India? Oh, I was getting $1,000. So you're getting $1,000 and now you want $10,000 for the same job. Yeah, because Dubai is expensive. Yeah, because the standard is so high. Yeah, because how will I survive? You seriously think the employer based in UAE does not know that people in your industry in from your hometown get $1,000 salary, and if he really puts some interest, he can get a guy who's getting $1,000 salary and tell him, I'll bring you to Dubai, I'll pay your ticket, I'll pay for your visa, I'll pay for your accommodation. Will you agree for $1,500? There you pay tax, here you'll not pay tax. Trust me when I say this, there'll be, if you search, you will get minimum 5 candidates in at least within a week's time who will be ready instead of $1,000, $1,500. I challenge you, there will be somebody, because maybe he's not smart enough, maybe he's not whatever, maybe he's just desperate, maybe he is in need. So where you come like a big superstar, thinking you're some Rajnikant or some Chris Hemsworth or the new Avengers. Oh, I was getting $1,000 there, I'll get $10,000 here. And then when I asked them, who told you this? Oh, I heard from my friends are getting like this. Oh, I heard from other people. Oh, my childhood buddy. My schoolmates. Boss, if you heard from someone, you contact that person who you heard it from and ask him, can you give me a job of $10,000? Ask that same guy. Can you guarantee me this? Ask your friend, ask your relative, ask whomsoever is brainwashing you. Oh, you can get $10,000. Yeah, of course, man, you can get 10,000. Okay, can you give me the job? Ask him, can you give me the job? Tell him, I'll come to UAE. Can you give me the job? Give me a guarantee. I'll write and give you with blood. Nobody will give. It's only yap, because they want to show I'm living a better life than you. That's all it is. It's just like a dick measuring contest. They're not going to help you, boss. All these people who show larger than life on social media and brag about it on WhatsApp or anywhere or while chatting, they're not going to help you. And if they have to help, you don't have to even ask. They will come to you. So don't believe the BS of others. Number 12 is stop asking for ridiculous packages. The same thing. Okay. One, the bullshit of others. Other one is people conjure up. They'll check on Google search. What is a salary for an engineer in UAE? What is the salary for an engineer in Saudi? And he'll give you some AI generated. Yeah, the average salary of an engineer is $30,000, $10,000 if you're this, $20,000 at this level, $30,000. So you're like, oh wow, man, here I'm getting only $1,000. Chal, $10,000, $30,000. I'll ask $15,000. Then I'll negotiate to 10, and then I'll tell him, okay, special offer, take 8. Then if nothing else, please sir, give me 5. Just stop it, yeah, stop it. Today, the world is interconnected. All it takes is a little bit of effort. And an employer who runs a company will not have any problem flying down to India, flying down to Philippines or any other country, getting in touch with a local and asking him, where can I find people who are looking for jobs with experience? So stop asking ridiculous salaries. Number 13, I blame mostly our Indians for this. Please at least have a basic knowledge of personal grooming, basic, and invest time, effort, and money to look presentable. You will look sexy when you go to a nightclub, but after you start dancing, your armpits are sweaty and this and that, and you're stinking like a dog. Go to an Indian nightclub, you'll see how badly the stench is unbearable. Okay, and I say this from experience when I was in Dubai. I don't know today. See, invest in a little bit of personal grooming. When you're going to shag a female, you at least take care of yourself. When you're on your day of your marriage, you really spend money to get a proper haircut, shave, this, that, and cream and all that. For day to day, I'm not asking you to look like a princess or a Barbie or some famous film actor. At least find out what works in the corporate world. Google search, corporate world, see the way they dress, see. All you got to do is go to a 5-star hotel in your country. In your country, go to a 5-star hotel. See how the people dress there, man. See the guests, see the people. Observe visually. Smell. How does it smell? And then you'll automatically realize, okay, this is what grooming is. Do you need someone to look at you and just, they'll be like, "Oof," like you stink as if, you know, you have not had bath for a day, like 4 5 days. Agreed, it's humid. Agreed, the sun is out. Agreed, you can't keep putting makeup. Personal grooming. What I used to do, okay, thankfully I had a car. I would go to a nearby hotel, or I would go to a hotel, 3 star, 5 star, whatever. Go to the washroom. I'd have my man bag, toiletries, make sure that I'm fresh. In some cases, even get an extra shirt on a hanger, change, look presentable, dry my hands, look perfect, then go for the interview. I know it's very easy for me to say when, especially you don't have a job and you have to go to 30 companies door to door. Obviously, it's fine. But then again, there's no excuse for a bad presentation. And if you're going to knock on a door with complete sweat and your armpits are sweaty and you're stinky and you smell like a dog, then don't blame anyone. Number 14 is the point that I gave before was the receptionist. They are just doing their job. They are fed up. They are tired. They just want to go home. And you keep giving them the CV. They'll take it. Just keep it as yeah, we'll get back to you. Remove the staple. Use it as stationery or put it in the shredder. Number 15. In your desperation to get a job, please don't overpromise. This is something I see everyone do. Yes, sir, if I put my mind into something, if I put my heart and soul, I'll achieve number one. I was the number one sales executive for 3 years in a row. I achieved 200% of the target. Because of me, the market penetration had 4.68%. I brought down costs by 8.32%. Whoa, what all percentages. So the owner will be like, Chal, if he's so great, chal, let's give him a try. And they'll watch you first month. They'll watch you second month. They'll watch you third month. And if you can't deliver, then they will kick you out without giving you a warning. Because remember, probationary period. Don't think you're smarter than the system. Don't think you're smarter than the employer. And don't think you can bullshit. It's very easy to detect bullshit. If the simple logic I use when I deal with clients, I tell them, if you're so good, why isn't the world knocking on your door? And I'll tell you where a job can be measurable or where you can evaluate. Let's say, for example, sales, you can measure in terms of engineering. Okay, the software, CAD, this, and they'll ask you to do it and show it. And if you say, oh, I'm very good at engineering, he might ask you some technical engineering questions. And if you can't answer and you can't respond, you're finished. And I'll tell you, it's even worse when you're promised a job and then you get kicked out. You might think, okay, I'll bullshit, I'll get this job, and while getting paid a salary, I'll look after another job. Do you know that in many companies nowadays, they don't even pay you if you don't perform? They'll tell you, okay, if you're so good, you show me the numbers, end of the month, I'll pay you. And in some cases, in Birdwise, especially Computer Street, they tell them, I'll give you the salary, no problem. Every day, go, get me the invoicing, get me the sales, I'll pay you the salary for the day. You don't get that, I don't pay you. Then what will you do? So stop over-promising because you'll be held accountable for your words. Number 16 is, please don't, when you check YouTube, when you check Instagram, when you check TikTok, you get these influencers, you get these so-called experts. How to make your resume, 3 things to help you stand out. Interview questions, how to answer, and then you'll get a Western expat. It's a bloody Western template. These are presenters or these are influencers. They are not employers. They are not people who have helped people, hundreds of people get jobs. They are just very sweet sounding, polished answers. Even on LinkedIn, you get these experts who are help 5,000 people get jobs, helped more than 50,000 companies, or whatever nonsense numbers they give, and they give you very nice on your CV. Put this. Okay, negotiation, do A, B, C, D, E. Interview questions. These are the 5 most tough questions. This is all a Western template. This is all entertainment. When you meet someone, who is sitting in front of you with more experience than you, more knowledge, more, he has met more people desperately looking for it. He can detect you. Like they say, no, don't teach your father how to fuck. So please don't use a Western template. It does not work. These Western answers, I would like to negotiate my salary. This is why I feel I deserve the 3 points. And the 3 points are number one, in my previous stop, shut, zip.com. Don't be a jackass here. Who are you going to fool here? I mean, just if you think you're so smart, record yourself and listen to it. Or if you are so confident, record it and put it on YouTube and tell all the people, evaluate me. You'll get bitch slapped from here to your grave. I don't know why people don't use common sense. A Western template does not work in these local markets here. And it maybe even doesn't work out there in the West. Number 17 is, this is sad, but this is a reality. If you get a job very easily, then you better be careful. Because if something is too good to be true and something is that easy, then just imagine if everyone's struggling to get jobs, why did you get a job so easily? If everyone is, people are rude and this guy is overly sweet and overly nice and promises you the sun, moon, and stars. Okay, I want $10,000. Sure, I'll give it to you. Okay, reduce it by one, I'll give it to you. If something is too good to be true, be careful. And that is what I tell people. The employer can give you nice sounding words. He can give you an email. He can even put it in the company letterhead, but he need not honor it. And maybe you'll say that, oh, if he gives me in writing, I'll take him to court. Do you have the money to employ a lawyer? Do you have money to go to court? Do you have money to get stuck in a legal limbo where you cannot leave the country? You don't. So don't believe what an employer says, especially if he's sweet sounding and sweet talking. In fact, if you can get to interact someone who knows the company or people within the company, always keep your eyes and ears open for the horror stories, because when they welcome an employee, they'll be very sweet and nice. But when the relationship has to break up, they will show their true colors. So remember, a local employer of that particular country knows more about the rules, the laws, and he can even put you in trouble. So don't believe anything the employer says. Take it based on reputation from information that you hear from others. And if the employer is too sweet or you got the job too easy, red flag. There is a reason why you got it easy, because nobody wants that job. And always keep in mind, if you're applying for a vacancy, ask yourself, what happened to the guy before me? Why did he leave? Always ask those questions. It's like having a very beautiful girl and she's single. Why is she single? When there are hundreds of thousands of guys out there, there should be something wrong with her, not with the whole world. Okay, number 18 is, please do not lie on your resume. Okay, in the Middle East, they will not take too much action. But in the West, you can be put in jail. You can have your legal papers of citizenship or residency cancelled. In the UAE, if you lie on your CV and they find out, they can even cancel your visa. They can deny paying you the money, or they can, they have the upper hand because you have given them evidence. Okay, so if you lie the number of years, or if you lie that you do not know the job, or you lie with your references, they can easily catch you. I deal with so many people who are looking out for jobs. It's just a few seconds for me to know whether they are bullshitting on their CV or not. So please don't lie. You'll make life miserable for you. Exaggeration is also, you need to be careful. Okay, you got 10 customers per month. You'll say, I got 20 customers per month. It's very easy for an employer to dig through your bullshit. So just keep in mind, the guy is smarter than you. Number 19 is, assume that you know more than the company. There are these guys who think they're going to reinvent the wheel. Oh, the policies, the procedures, the operation, I have improved it. Sales, nobody has tried this technique. I'm going to try this technique. Oh, the software is outdated. I'll give you the new latest software. There are so many variables, from the attitude of the employer to maybe they are stingy, maybe people don't want to change. Maybe they don't have the budget, or maybe their existing system has pirated software, or maybe people just don't like to change. They are comfortable with the old these things. For example, your keyboard, you're using QRT, that keyboard. Maybe if you change the keyboard and implement the latest one, maybe the keys are all changed. You can type much more faster, but how many of you would want to change your keyboard? You like Windows. Are you going to be very happy if all of a sudden they give you a Linux system or Apple and you do not know how to use it? There are so many things. So don't think you're going to reinvent the wheel. Don't think you know more than the company. Don't think you know more than the seniors. Because even if you are right, let's assume in some parallel universe you're right, egos that have been there, the dinosaurs that have worked hard to reach there, they're not going to have a young buck come up and one guy against all we seasoned veterans. It's like college. You have third year seniors. If you're a new admission and you're a junior, you don't think your seniors are going to bend over for you. Okay? Doesn't work that way. Number 20 is common sense. When you're going to a new country, don't go with less money, because once that money burns off, who are you going to go? Are you going to beg? Are you going to ask your relatives? Are you going to ask people for favors? Are you going to borrow? It's like going on a holiday where the minimum budget, which was told to you, is keep $2,000 with you for 1 week, and you come there with $200. And then you're like, oh, now how will I pay the hotel stay? How will I pay the food? How will I pay the transport? Always keep extra, because you never know where the money is going to go. Okay? And do not keep the money with you in your wallet or under the pillow. There have been idiots who have done this and have ended up getting robbed. And then they go to the police. Police say, what can I do? Okay. Number 21 is, don't think that you're going to come to UAE and get a job like this. Okay, there's a luck or someone read your palm and predicted. It's a marathon session. In some cases, I've even seen 3 to 6 months. On an average, I would say it's an exercise for 3 to 6 months. So keep that much energy, stamina, money, patience, and have that much of a strategy. Otherwise, do not come to the Middle East if you think, in 1 week, I must get a job. No, it doesn't work that way. Even 1 month, sometimes 3 months, people come. I know guys who have taken like 2 years going back and forth until they got the ideal job. You can get any job. It's not that there are no vacancies. Any job, fine, you'll get. Where the salary is bad or the working conditions are bad, or where they do. There are employers who don't even pay a salary on time. I don't know what is the name of this hotel. They're not paid employees. This is 20 years ago. They're not paid employees for 2 years. All Indian staff, run by Indian management, their underworld connections. They were given accommodation and food, and every time the salary was postponed, none of them had the guts to take the employer to task. Or those days, there were no laws to protect employees. 2 years, just imagine, 2 years. Eventually, the company closed down, management ran away. They didn't get their salaries. They all had to go back. Number 22 is, be prepared for multiple rejections, multiple, very painful rejections. And worst to worst case scenario, maybe you'll just fail. Maybe you're not meant to succeed. Maybe you're not meant to get a job. There are many cases, from handicapped people to aged people who have crossed 50, to people who just cannot manage. Because maybe, like I said, you can get any job. But what if the salary is not enough? What if the employer is not good enough? What if the market conditions are bad? You're going there for better life, right? What if it becomes worse than where you're working? So sometimes just be prepared that you'll totally fail. Okay? There's no guarantees for success. And last, if not the least, point number 23 is, please, when you're going there, shut down your social media. Facebook, Instagram. Okay, I hope you don't use LinkedIn to put nonsense. But if there's anything controversial on your social media platform, anything, or on your phone, even if you have porn on your phone, and there's, they can detect it, or they can ask you, submit your phone, say a police comes, give me your phone. So do not have anything controversial on your device or on social media when you're going brand new. Because remember, the cop can just say, give me your phone. And then he can check. And if anything controversial is there, the problem. And if you have Facebook or Twitter and you put something against Islam or anything that can be construed, let's say about a girl or some nude post or some adult stuff, and it doesn't work well with the values of the company or the culture, you are opening yourself out for trouble. In fact, airline companies, if there were instances from some of the leading carriers where girls they went for a booze party, okay, and this was shown to the HR, where one of the girls was wearing a sexy outfit and behaving drunk, and they said this has leaked online and everyone's talking about it. She got terminated. So please, you're going there to work. Don't try to be a social justice warrior, and do not badmouth anyone. And if you feel that I've just put too much, I don't know what I've put, just disable your account. Go there fresh, new. Nobody can detect you, and hope you'll get a job. So I hope these 23 points have added some value. Like I said, the reason why I've shared it is because many of you come to UAE searching for a job and hoping for a better life. And many a times you've been given the wrong advice. I hope this helps you a better, clearer picture. Share it with your friends, share it with others, and I hope it helps you achieve your dreams and, helps you reach where you want to. This is more like a free service that I'm giving you. So share it with someone or another if you want to help them. Okay? Any questions, let me know in the comments below. Good, bad, ugly. Love to hear from you. This is me signing off. You guys take care.